Hi guys, welcome to Math Today. So for Math Today, we are subtracting numbers with visuals. Okay, so your learning target is I can subtract mixed numbers, and today you're going to start doing that by first you're going to draw the first mixed number, the biggest mixed number, and then you're going to cross out the holes from the second mixed number, and then you're going to cross out the fraction of the second mixed number. And then you are going to write the number slash fraction slash mixed number, basically whatever you have left as your answer, and you're kind of done from there. So I'm going to have you watch first. So I am going to do the number one, my first step, which is to draw the mixed number. So the first one, so I'm going to draw 3, and then I'm going to have 1/4, so I know I need an extra box. Okay, and then I'm going to break them into fourths, and this is where that becomes really important. Last time I said, adding, it's not really going to be super important that you divide all the holes into those sections, but subtracting it is. So, and then I'm going to color in 3 all the way, so that I have 3 whole, just like the thing said. And then I'm going to draw in 1/4. Okay, so now that I've done that, my next step is to cross out all the holes. So that's what I'm going to do of the second one. So I have a 1 here, so I'm going to cross out 1 hole. Okay, I took it away. It's no longer there. So I did that, and then I have 2 fractions. So I need to cross out 2 fourths. I need to cross out 2 fourths. So I'm going to cross out this fourth, and you'll notice now this box is completely empty. So I could just get rid of it, erase it, or I could put a big X, but either way, I'm no longer going to really need this box. But I still have 1 more fourth I need to cross out, so I'm going to move over here to this guy, and I'm going to cross out 1 of those. Okay. So now I've crossed out the fraction of the second number, and now I am going to basically write out my answer. What do I have left? So this is kind of all gone, this is all gone, and that little box right there that I crossed out is gone. So now I just need to rewrite it. So I am going to say, well, I have 1 hole left, right? Because every single square in that box is filled in. And then I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 left over, right? It doesn't quite make a whole one anymore because I got rid of that 1, and my denominator always stays the same. You'll also notice that my boxes also still have 4 sections. So either way you think about it, I'm going to get 1 and 3/4. Okay, so these ones you're going to try with me. So our first step is going to be drawing 2 and 3/4. So I'm going to start off by doing that. And you should do it with me. So go ahead. You're going to need 2 boxes for your holes, and you're going to need an extra box for your 3/4. And then go ahead and cut those into 4 pieces. If I'm moving too fast, please pause the video. Okay. Now I'm going to fill in the ones I need. Please go really, really lightly, especially because we're subtracting. So go as light as you can with your pencil, or get a different color. Okay. So I know this guy's all colored in, all 4 of those sections are colored in because that makes 1 hole. Now I have 2 holes, okay, colored in. Now I need 3/4, so I'm just going to pick any 3 of these 4 to color in. And then I'll obviously have 1 that's empty because I didn't make it quite another hole, otherwise it would have said 3. So now that I have that, I'm going to cross that off. I drew it. Now my second thing to do is to cross out the whole numbers of the second mixed number. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go back to my darker color. I'm going to look at how many holes I have. I have 1 hole. So go ahead and cross out 1 of those holes. I suggest going from the farthest left. So it should look something like that. And I go for the farthest left just to make it nice and easy and simple when I'm done. So now I need to cross out the fraction. So I have 2/4 here, so I need to cross out 2 of the 4 sections somewhere. Again, go for the one that, if there's one that's not completely filled in all the way, like this guy here, start there. Make your life easier, not harder. Work smarter, not harder, okay? So we're going to cross that one out because that's 1/4. We're going to cross that one out. That's another 1/4, okay? And I can only cross out the ones that are colored in. I can't do this guy right here because it's not colored in. So now that I've done that, I need to write out whatever I have left, and that's my answer. So I want you to go ahead, pause the video, and see if you can figure out what your answer is. Well, I have one whole, right? So I'm going to write 1. And then how many fourths do I have left over? Well, I have nothing from this guy, and I have one little section from that guy. And my denominator always stays the same, so if you ever get confused, just look at your denominator there. Or you could just say, well, how many pieces is it cut into? Either way, you should get 1/4. 1 and 1/4, okay? So now, let's go on and let's do the next one together. Okay, your first step is to draw the mixed number, the first mixed number, that is that 2 1/3. So go ahead and I want you to pause the video and do that yourself. I always use squares because it's easier to get more of an equal amount, and also it's just easier to cut, so I suggest using those if I were you. Now I'm going to color them in, making sure that I have 2 holes colored in. So 2 whole squares, right? Not the little chunks in the square, but 2 whole squares like this. So every piece in those squares or rectangles are colored in. That gives me 2 whole. And then I have 1/3, so I'm going to do 1 of 3 sections colored in, just like that. So your drawing should look something like that. If not, fix it real quick. So now I did the first step. My next step is to cross out the holes of the second mixed number. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to figure out which one's the whole. Is it 1 or is it 2/3? Hopefully you were thinking 1. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cross out 1 whole. You should do the same. Boom. Now I need to cross out the fraction of the second one. So I'm going to look at the fraction. It's 2/3. So how many of the little sections should I be crossing out? Hopefully you're thinking 2. So I'm always going to go with the numerator, not the denominator. The denominator stays the same. I don't cross anything out with the denominator. I'm looking at that numerator, which is 2. Because denominator down, just as a reminder. So I'm always want to start with 1. If I have a hole that's not completely filled in, I'm going to start there. Because otherwise, I'm going to make my life harder. So I crossed that one out. I crossed out 1/3. But I need to cross out another third because this is 2/3. So I'm going to go over here to my hole and I'm going to cross out one of those thirds. Now, I'm going to write the number that I have left. And I might get a whole number, I might get a fraction, or I might get a mixed number. Let's see what we got. Go ahead and write what you think you got. You should have said, well, this is completely gone. This is completely gone. I have 2 of 3 sections left. So your answer should have been 2/3. You got a fraction for that one. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so it's 4 1/5, so that's what I'm going to start by drawing. You should do the same. Pause the video and draw 4 1/5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So double check to make sure that there's 5 sections. Fits always seem to mess us up. And that includes myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, I have 5 in each section. So now I'm going to quickly draw in that mixed number. So 4 of these are completely colored in. That means every little section is colored in out of 4 of these guys. So I'm going to go in real quick and I'm going to color in 4 all the way. Oops, I need to draw another box yet, don't I? This is why double checking is always important. So I only have 4 colored in, but I still have 1/5 that I need to draw, so I'm going to quickly draw another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then I'm going to draw in my 1/5, my 1 of 5 sections. Okay. So I did that. Now I need to cross out the whole number. So I'm going to go over to my second fraction here, and I'm going to decide what number, how many holes do I need to cross out. Pause the video and cross out the holes that you think you should. you should have said 3 holes. So 1, 2, 3. And again, I can't cross this guy down here out because it's not a hole. Can't cross him out yet. So now I need to go in and I need to cross out the fraction of the second number. So that 3/5, okay? And again, I'm working with that numerator always. So I need to do 3 little sections. And one way to remember this is holes are big. If you eat a whole pizza, you ate a lot of pizza. If you ate 3 pieces of pizza or a fraction of that pizza, it's pretty small. So that's one way to determine between those. These were pretty big. That's a whole pizza, okay? Here I'm talking about pieces. So this person ate 1 piece of pizza, 2 pieces of pizza, 3 pieces of pizza, okay? That's one way to think about it. And now I need to rewrite the number fraction, whatever that I have left. And I think I'm going to get another fraction for this one. Let's look. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 sections out of 5 sections. And again, if I'm not sure my denominator always stays the same, I have 0 holes. So I'm just going to write 3/5. I would not do this because you're just making writing 3/5 a lot more difficult. You can just skip the 0 and write it like that. Okay, so you're going to try first for these next 3. So I want you to go ahead and use the little success criteria / I would almost call it a to-do list. Oops, I'm doing the wrong thing. Sorry, I got confused. Anyways, use this guy to help you as you go. Go ahead and start with 3 3/5 minus 1 2/5. Okay, you should be done with that one. If not, go ahead and pause the video. Your first step was to draw the 3 3/5. So remember, you always kind of need that extra box if you have a fraction attached to a whole number. So then you're going to cut it into fifths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So then you're going to color in what you need to color in. So that's 3 holes. And then your fraction, my fraction is 3/5, so I'm going to color that guy in, 3 of those little sections in. And that means 2 are going to be blank, okay? So I've done that. Now I need to cross out any of the holes. Well, there's 1 hole there, so I'm just going to cross that one out, make my life nice and easy. Again, I can't cross this one out because it's not completely filled in. So it has to be a square that is completely filled in, or a rectangle that's completely filled in. Then I need to cross out a fraction, okay? So it's like the pizza thing. They ate 2 pieces, so I need to take away 2 little pieces, okay? So I'm going to cross out this guy, and I'm going to cross out this guy, okay? So now that I've done that, I need to rewrite what I have. So I have 2 holes, because 2 whole things have every single section colored in. And then I have 1 little section kind of hanging out by itself, and the denominator always stays the same, so I have 2 1/5. Okay, let's do your next one. So go ahead and you can start solving 4 2/5 minus 2 2/5. Make sure you pause the video. Okay, for this one, I'm going to start off with drawing 4 sections, 4 holes. Here's my 4 holes. And then I need another one because I'm going to have 2/5. I need another box, okay? Or fourths. And then I'm going to cut it into fourths. It's important to pay attention to the denominator because it tells you how many sections there are. If I were to write fifths, when I go to subtract, I might get the wrong answer, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill in 4 of these whole things. Remember, for it to be a whole, every single section needs to be colored in. So right now I have 3 holes. Here I have 4 holes, okay? Now I have 4 holes. And then I have 2/4, so 2 little sections of 4 colored in. So now that I have that, I'm ready to start crossing out. So I have 2 holes here. Oops, I wanted 2 holes here. So I'm going to cross out 2 holes. My next step is to cross out the fraction. I have 2/4 here, so I'm going to cross out 2/4, and then I'm going to rewrite whatever number, fraction, or mixed number I get. So I have, well, all of this is done, all of this is done, all of this is done. I only have 2 wholes left. So I'm going to write 2. That's my answer. So make sure with this one you're also not writing like 8/8 or anything like that, or 8/4. It's going to be 2. It's just going to be 2. Your number is 2. Okay? Otherwise you need to go back and simplify. So for this next one, let's look at it. I have 2 1/5 and minus 1 1/5. Go ahead, pause the video, and start solving that problem. Okay, I have 2 wholes plus 1 extra section, so I'm going to quick 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And then I'm going to start coloring in my 2/5, just like I did before. I'm working on that drawing. Oops, I only one of those 5ths colored in. So then I need to cross out the holes that I have. So I have 1 hole here, so I'm going to go bye, see ya later, right? It's gone. And then my next step is to cross out the fraction. I need 2 little sections crossed out because fractions are little. They're little on our screen, so they're little pieces. It's another way to remember. So 1, 2. That one's hard to see, but I crossed it out. 2. Okay, and now I need to rewrite what I have. Well, this is all gone, this is all gone, and I only have 4 sections, right? So my answer should be 4, and then my denominator always stays the same, so 4/5. Okay, so now it is time for your exit ticket. I want you to solve all 3 of these problems and then Zoom your teacher when you're done, so that way we know how you are doing. If you need help at this point, you still don't know what to do, try number 2 first. Oops, this is number 2 here. Try number 2 first. That's probably the easiest one out of all 3 of these. If you can't get number 2 done, then come see us right away. If you can get number 2 done, great. Then try number 1 and number 3. If you can't get those done for some reason, it's not making sense, then come see us then, okay? Again, please make sure you Zoom so we do know how you are doing.